welcome back to another episode of our Seattle Kraken franchise mode, and in this episode we are in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Western Conference Finals here against the Colorado Avalanche. We're going to be starting at home at Climate Pledge Arena. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this. After simulating the first two periods here, Matthew Tkachuk gets on the board in the first period. He gets another one in the second period here. Kuznetsov gets one for them as well. Kamel gets one back for us, so we have a 2-goal deficit here heading into the third period, which we will jump right into. So here we are at Climate Pledge Arena, getting ready for period number 3, game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Here we are at the puck drop. We do win that. Nate's just winding up for the shot, and he gets through somehow and puts it in the net. So the Avs now have a 3-goal cushion, a 4-1 lead very early into this third period. Definitely not the start we wanted here early into this third period. Eklund drives in, can't get that shot on. There's Natchez to Romanov, poked away. Perek has it now all the way up to Caulfield. To get 3 goals. There it is. There's one right there. Matty Beniers brings us back within 2. It is now a 4-2 lead for the Avalanche. So have 13:50 left to try to tie this game up. Long stretch pass to Owen Power. He'll deke on in. He's got Kamel. They have options. Oh, that almost rolled off a skate. Oh, a good one-time opportunity there by, is that Rantanen? Right with the shot. That almost trickled in. Bruin with it. Bruin rips a shot. That's blocked. Frank on the one-timer. Oh, that almost went off the skate of Snuggerud there. It's going to be ice here. 3:15 left. Still down by 2. Played up to Heineman. Kuznetsov poked by Hudson. If we can get the puck here, we need it now more than ever. We can pull the goalie. Now it's the Avs attacking. We can't be letting that happen. Meyer almost gets a good opportunity there. Full pressure for the Avs. We get it out. We have no stamina, though. I don't want to pull the goalie with no stamina. Up to right. Now I'm going to pull the goalie. Cooley back to right. No, he can't get it in front. Right wins the draw. 6-on-5. A shot goes wide and breaks the glass. So the Avs win the draw. This game is pretty much over. Cousins looks to steal the empty netter. He can't get it, but the Avalanche still win game 1 here of the Western Conference Finals. And now we just focus on game number 2 here. Here we are for game number 2 of the Western Conference Finals. We simulate the first 2 periods here, and not the start we want at all. A 3-0 lead for the Avalanche. We need to rally and come back, and hopefully they can blow this. But it's not looking good for us so far. We do get one back with Beniers. So same thing. We're going to be jumping into the simulation here of game number 2. And we'll try to come back from, once again, a 3-1 deficit. Number 2 here at Climate Pledge Arena. Third period underway now. Strong forecheck from Beniers right off the bat. Once again, down 3-1 here. Risky pass up the middle by Wolf. Beniers skates around with it. As Hudson, Perek on the one-timer gets blocked at 103. Once again, a one-time opportunity there. We don't get that. Hudson runs around to Perek all the way up to Cooley. He gets hit off the puck. Stolen away by Cooley here. 2-on-1 opportunity building up with Kamel. We can't get it over to him. Something about me, I feel like I can't connect any 2-on-1 passes in this game. Dunn still with it. The captain throws on a shot, and that's covered by Boyko. O'Brien wins the draw. Aaron Power does nothing about it. Power skates in. He has Bruin with him. Can't connect the pass. Exactly what I was talking about before. Snuggerud. Power throws on a shot. Can we get that in? No. Boyko covers again. Frank skates it in, looking for a passing opportunity over to Eklund, and he red times that. Now back to Frank, a shot, he scores! Pedro Frank from the point makes this a 1-goal game now. with just about 6 minutes left to tie this game. Eklund gets it back to Frank there. One-time drive goes in. 5:28 to tie this game here. To tie the game and hopefully to tie the series. Big hit there by Platt. Who Platt, I don't even think played in the NHL this season. He's here in our playoff roster. Eklund with speed. Over to Catton. I didn't even mean to pass it to Catton, but Boyko gets a cover on that. Beniers wins that draw. Frank to Platt now with a drive from the point. Stolen by Frank. It was a good opportunity. Frank with speed. Frank cuts inside, looking for a second goal of the game here. And obviously it would be a huge goal. We try to get that to Parak, and of course, that doesn't read. Thankfully, Hudson's back there. Just about a minute left now. We should probably think about pulling the goalie. Unless something can happen here. No. Cousins on it. Good pinch by Hudson. Caulfield takes his own. The goalie is pulled. Dustin Wolf to the bench. Of course, the Avs get it right back. And Meyer seals the empty netter there for the Avs. So a 2-0 series lead for the Avalanche here in the Western Conference Finals. He gets it off the draw to correct. A blast from the point. Avs get it right back to Rantanen. He's probably just going to hold on to this for the next 10 seconds. As the Colorado Avalanche will take a commanding 2-0 series lead here over the Seattle Kraken as we go back to Ball Arena in Colorado. On to game number 3 here at Ball Arena in Colorado. We'll simulate the first 2 periods here, and thankfully we're up to a 1-0 lead here in the first period thanks to Matty Beniers. And after 2 periods, we still have the lead here, a 1-goal lead. That is a 2-1 lead thanks to Owen Power, and Logan Cooley gets one back for the Avs. So we will jump into the third period here for the first time with a lead as we look to take one back in Colorado. Here we are in Colorado. The Avs hold a 2-0 series lead. We have the lead in this one in the third period. The Avs come straight through, and a good save there by Wolf. All the way up to Eklund. Deeks around. Got Caulfield with him. Of course, we couldn't get the pass over. Right with speed. Cooley, can he win that foot race? No, that should be a penalty there. Nothing called on us. Just wearing number 8 for the Avs. It does look weird as obviously Makar in this simulation is on the Chicago Blackhawks. Here's Rantanen. He looks weird in an Avs jersey. I can never picture that. Kamel hit off the puck. He still has it though. He's trying to fight for it. And Boyko will cover after getting ran into. O'Brien wins the draw. Power with a shot there from the point. Great forecheck by Bruin as he helps the Kraken win it, but the Avs do win it back. Great steal from Frank there, breaking up that 2-on-1. Now we come the other way with Snuggerud. He's hit off the puck. And Rantanen gets the rebound there. Ties his game up at 2. Not much you could say. A good rebound there from Rantanen. Has a wide open net. All the way up to William Eklund now. Has it, rips a shot, he scores! William Eklund gives us right back with the lead. And the Seattle Kraken now have a 3-2 lead in this game. Once again, a 1-goal lead. As now we have to hold on to it for the rest of regulation here. A huge goal for William Eklund as he answers right back for us. Just a little under a minute, too. I didn't realize how little time there was left. So we get back into the zone now with Victor Eklund. Avs probably going to look to pull the goalie here. They don't. Garcia, the golden stick. Avs now have it once again. Meyer with it. To Cousins, saved by Wolf. He lets it out. Rimmed around. Up to Garcia. The golden stick puts this game to bed. And the Seattle Kraken will take this game here. Game number 3. Hey, we had a little bit of a scare there, but we do hold on and take game 3. Still down in the series 2-1 though. Play up to Heineman. Big hit there by Cat. Avs pull the goalie once again. Will it be Garcia again? It will. So 2 empty net goals for Garcia. Seals this game 100% for us. Up for Beniers in front. We want to get one more. This game obviously isn't over yet. Time winding down here. A 2-on-1 for the Avs. It won't matter even if they score here. DePenta with the shot. And we let that out. The Colorado Avalanche here give us a bit of a fight. But the Seattle Kraken will hold on for a victory here. Still down the series by 1. But if we could take both games at Ball Arena, that would be huge. On to game number 4 now. Jumping into the simulation, game number 4 here. Still in the state of Colorado as we simulate game period number 1 here. Nothing doing. Both sides tied at 1. Mikko Rantanen and Will Cooley getting on the board. So here we are for period number 3. We'll jump right into this. Face-off 1 here by Beniers. Here we are for game number 4. Big hit there by Eklund. Good forecheck. We can't get it though. Up to Caulfield. Now back to Eklund with the shot blocked in front. Correct. And Caulfield. Beniers, oh, a tip in front. Good opportunity there. Rings off the post. And Drysdale has a lane here. Goes to the backhand. Big save by Wolf. Drysdale still with it. Poked away. Now we come the other way with it. Kamel, risky pass there. Now to Cooley in front. Good save there. Done with the one-timer there. Did that ring off the post as well? I'm not sure, but definitely a close opportunity. Now Heineman skates in. Rebound is picked up by Cooley. So Logan Cooley here late into the game gives the Avs a lead. Speaking of Cooley, Will Cooley there, he does fall offside. Stolen by Cooley. He's got Kamel with him. Cooley now up to Kamel with a shot. Done at the point of shot, it scores! Jake O'Brien gets the tip out in front. His first career playoff goal, and we're back even here at 2 apiece. A shot from the point there by Dunn. And a great tip by O'Brien ties this game up. What a clutch time to get your first career playoff goal right in front of the net. And here in the Western Conference Finals, game is now tied at 2 as we look to tie the series at 2. O'Brien now wins the face-off. Back to O'Brien. Looks to curl and shoot. Rantanen here one-on-one with Frank. Now he's got Cooley with him. We get Platt back with a good poke check. Starting to get interesting here as overtime does loom. Unless something can happen here. O'Brien looks to get the shot off. There's Platt. Looks up to Eklund. Eklund through on goal. He scores! William Eklund here has given us the lead. A absolute clutch time. It doesn't even look like we need overtime because William Eklund once again for 2 straight games here. A late goal giving us the lead as the Seattle Kraken on verge now of tying this series at 2 apiece after falling down 2-0 in the series. And a huge goal from William Eklund there. A little under 4 minutes left for the Avs to look to tie this game here. We obviously don't want that to happen as we're back into the zone here. Eklund again! Are you serious? William Eklund, 2 goals to give us a 2-goal cushion. Just like that, 2 goals tonight for William Eklund. Right off the draw after scoring. You can't make this up. William Eklund so clutch right now. Are you serious? Unbelievable. Eklund again. He wants a hat trick here. Could you imagine that? Skating around. We want to get to him. Oh, a good opportunity there. Still has it. Eklund a shot. Now he's blocked in front. I was being kind of selfish there. I really wanted him to get the hat trick. The Avs take the zone and pull the goalie. Eklund pokes it. Romanov a drive. They still have it. Meyer in front. Puck is still loose. Let out. We'll play that up to Eklund. Eklund now for the hat trick. He's denied by Heineman. Penta in front of the net. Good save there by Wolf. As we play that up to right on the backhand, he'll seal this game for the Seattle Kraken. As we're going to tie this series here at 2 games apiece after falling down 2-0. Oh, that is not going to happen. Garcia here looking to tack on another. Victor Eklund now. He wants one after seeing his brother pot in 2 goals tonight. That one goes off a skate all the way down. That's going to do it for this game here. The Seattle Kraken, a massive victory for them, and is now tied at 2 apiece. Avs take both games on the road. Kraken take both games on the road. Back at Climate Pledge Arena now for game number 5. On to game number 5 here, back at Climate Pledge Arena. The Avs took both games last time. First period here, Cooley with the lead here in the first period. Second period, nothing doing for both sides. So now we have a 1-0 lead to maintain here going into the third period. Here we are for the third period. The Seattle Kraken holding on to a 1-0 lead here. Drysdale right off the bat wants to tie this game up. Couple good pokes there by Caulfield. Forces the Avs out of the zone. Try to play that up to Beniers. That won't work. Over to Eklund, who absolutely clutched up for us last game. Can he do it again here? Oh, Beniers out in front. Can't tap that in. We still have the puck, though. He's just with the puck to Romanov. Meyer with a shot, and that's going to be gloved down by Wolf. Right wins a huge draw here in the defensive zone. We get that all the way up to Kamel. Over to Cooley. A good save there. Good opportunity. Let's go Kraken. Chance ringing around the Climate Pledge Arena right now. There's power. Over to Cooley. He scores. Will Cooley is second of the game. Doubles our lead here. 2-0 for the Kraken in game number 5 of the Western Conference Finals. What a performance from Will Cooley here. Gets open for the pass. And rips that past Boyko for his second of the game. Right wins the draw all the way up to Cooley, looking for the hat trick now. He is. Kamel looking for right in front of the net. Now for Cooley, looking with speed. Or Cooley once again, the star of this game so far. After a clutch performance from William Eklund last game. Just under 5 minutes now for the Avs. Looking for the equalizer here deep in their offensive zone. Down by 2 goals here. A shot there. Denied. Now we come on the attack. Power looking over for Beniers. Neither can connect. Bruin up to Snuggerud. Snuggerud along the right wing. Takes behind the net now. A minute left now for the Avs as they pull the goalie. We steal it right back. All the way up with O'Brien. O'Brien's going to seal the deal here for the Seattle Kraken. As we now hold the lead in the series after being down 2-0. Played up to Dunn. Back to O'Brien, looking for a shot, looking for a second of the game there. Just poked along. Ooh, risky play there in front of the net. Not that it really would have mattered here as we're back in the offensive zone. We're pushed off. And there it is, a 3-0 shutout for Dustin Wolf. And the Seattle Kraken are 1 win away from returning to the Stanley Cup Finals and winning the Western Conference title. Here we are now at Ball Arena, game number 6 of the Western Conference Finals. First period simulated here. O'Brien and Cooley get on the board. And trapped there for the Avs. Tied at 3 apiece as O'Brien, once again, after getting a goal in the first period. 2 goals there for the Avs coming from Meyer and Cousins. So now here we are in the third period, all tied at 3 as we look to end this series here and not force a game 7 for the Avalanche. The next goal of this game could be the biggest one possibly of the series so far. All the way up to Eklund. He has a burst of speed. Back to Caulfield. Circles around Beniers with the shot. He's blocked. Caulfield in front of the net. Beniers hits the post. 2 good opportunities for Beniers. We'll reset out of the zone. And for guys to get all inside here, they do. No, and a boarding call there on Eklund. And a huge power play opportunity here for the Avs. Thankfully, we win the face-off there. Get it out of the zone. A good clear. William Eklund called for boarding there on Romanov. Here come the Avs. Kachuk in the zone. Scary sight there, and Kachuk buries it on the power play. A massive goal there for the Avs on the power play thanks to Matthew Kachuk. NHL 26 cover star. Cormier with a drive there wants to make it a 2-goal lead for the Avs. All the way up to Kamel. 2-on-1 brewing here with Cooley. Kamel with a drive. He's denied. The Avs playing very aggressive here. I feel like they've been doing that all series against us as we force a turnover. Sholly throws on a shot that goes off a body and into the crowd. Catton wins the draw there. Platt throws on a shot. Garcia. Eklund, we circle around now. Sholly back to Eklund. Back to Platt. Looking for the right opportunity, but of course we are forced out of the zone there. Catton circles on in. He can't get the shot off. Caulfield behind the net, looking for an opportunity. We can't get it. Victor Eklund over to his brother, William. William with a shot. He scores! William Eklund ties the game here at the dying embers. We're now tied at 3 apiece. And 4 goals from this man in the playoffs. And they've all been clutch goals here. William Eklund, what a move. And of course, the primary assist going to his brother. Has a beautiful time here to tie this game. Late in the dying embers of the game. I'm sorry, we're actually tied at 4 apiece, but William Eklund, you are so clutch. Still some pressure here. We're still in regulation. We still have time to win this. Kamel tries to force it in. And Boyko covers. Beniers wins a draw to Frank. Frank with a drive. 10 seconds left here. The Avs looking for one more rush. They can't get it. Maybe if we can get one, no. Poked away. Beniers with a shot. That's saved by Boyko. Time ran out anyways. As game number 6 of the Stanley Cup Western Conference Finals is going to overtime. And if the Seattle Kraken score here in overtime, they go back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the 2nd time in 3 years. The Avs, however, looking to force a Game 7, wanting to stay alive in these Stanley Cup playoffs. Cousins in front of the net, off the post, somehow stays out, and Wolf covers. I don't know how Cousins didn't score there. Beniers wins the draw, long stretch pass to Caulfield, who gets hit off the puck. It's all right, though. Perek with it. Perek still with it. Behind the net to Eklund. Power. Oh, he's hit off the puck there. He tries to win it back. Natius walks in and scores. The Avs force a Game 7 here. Not much to say. We move on. So it all comes down to this. Game number 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Whoever wins this game goes on to the Stanley Cup Finals. First period here, the Seattle Kraken up to a 1-0 lead. After 2 periods, nothing doing. We will jump into the 3rd period here, where the Seattle Kraken look to return to the Stanley Cup Finals. And we have a 1-0 lead here into the 3rd period. Only 13 shots for us in this game. Yet we have the only goal, maybe the only 2. Matty Beniers right off the bat. Are you serious? Matty Beniers, 14 shots right off the bat in the 3rd period. And it is now 2-0 for the Seattle Kraken, just like that. Forehand, backhand for Beniers, skates on in. The Avs are not happy at all. Beniers up to Eklund. Eklund looking for Beniers again. He ends up getting the puck. Perek. Skates on in, a shot there by Perek. Covered by Boyko. Natius with the shot. Meyer picks up the rebound in front of the net. And the Avs now down to 1 goal here. Still some fight here for the Avs. And after 25 shots, getting their first goal of the game. Perek with speed. Drops it to Caulfield with a shot. Oh, great save there by Wolf. to deny that. I don't even know how they got it across. Kamel tries to dance around. He does. Kamel scores! Joakim Kamel restores a 2-goal lead here for the Kraken. It gets his second goal of the game. A huge goal from Kamel here. It all starts with this glorious save by Dustin Wolf. He might even get an assist for that goal. And he does. Dustin Wolf credited with the second assist here on Kamel's clutch goal. And here's Kamel once again. Right back into the zone. Oh, he almost snuck it in. Got that on net. Remember, we started this period off with 13 shots. Now we're up to 19 shots. And obviously a 2-goal lead here. 3 goals in this period coming from both teams. Obviously, if the result stands in about 7 minutes, the Seattle Kraken will return to the Stanley Cup Finals here. And I don't know if I mentioned this. This Western Conference final matchup, obviously a rematch of the 2032 Conference Finals matchup where we face the Abs and obviously moved on to the Stanley Cup Finals and won it all. Now in 2034, Dustin Wolf with the save. 2034, the Seattle Kraken on the verge of winning the conference finals once again. Drysdale with a drive blocked. Romanov with a shot and put into his own net. Matty Beniers. The Abs now still down by 1. But Romanov gets a goal there after taking a body out in front. To Eklund behind the net for Caulfield. 1:30 left. They should probably take their time. We will skate this all the way down. Trying to kill as much time as we possibly can here. A 1-goal lead in this Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Abs now have it. They'll probably pull the goalie if they can take the deep zone here. They do. Goalie's pulled for the Abs. Cooley gets it. Cooley wins it. All the way up to right. Can we seal the deal? No, right misses the empty netter. Cooley trying to fight for the puck back. Right. Good play there by Wright. Can we win the puck here? We can. Power seals the game. And the Seattle Kraken are going to be going back to the Stanley Cup Finals after missing the playoffs last year. A massive goal, a massive empty netter for the Seattle Kraken, and Owen Power seals the conference championship for us as well. A shot there by Wolf lets it out as time's going to run out here on the Colorado Avalanche. The Seattle Kraken, for the second time in 3 seasons, are in the Stanley Cup Finals. A great series from the Colorado Avalanche, no doubt. And now our mind shifts on the Stanley Cup as we do win the conference final trophy here that we're not going to touch. As we now await our Stanley Cup final opponents. Who will it be? It looks like it'll be the Washington Capitals against the Seattle Kraken. A quick look at the playoff tree there as the Capitals took care of the Canadiens in 7 games as well. Both conference finals going to 7 games. So here we are for our scouting report against our Stanley Cup final opponents, the Washington Capitals. We will be facing against Zach Benson again in the Stanley Cup finals after facing him with the Buffalo Sabres. So it's going to be him, McMichael, and Forster on the top line. Honestly, this is a crazy looking team here. Like, no real superstars on this team. Dylan Strome, obviously 77 on the second line. So the fact that this team made the Stanley Cup finals is actually pretty impressive. They must have some good defense. We'll check that out here. Yeah, I mean, not too great there either. Like, look at their third pairing, for instance, 78-74. The fact that they made the Stanley Cup finals, I'm not even trying to downplay them, but this is not a Stanley Cup final team here. So this is a Cinderella run here, and obviously if they could win it all, that would be impressive for them. But obviously we want to shut them down here. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Game number 1 of the Stanley Cup finals as we have home ice advantage here. First period for both teams here. Vince Dunn gets on the board for us in game number 1 of the Stanley Cup final. Second period here, 2 goals from Connor McMichael, including 1 on the power play, as the Washington Capitals now have the lead in this game number 1. I accidentally just simulated the third period. Oh no. Matty Beniers, though, with 50 seconds left, ties it for the Kraken. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But now we have overtime looming in game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Beniers and McMichael here, the 2 goal scorers in this game. Now underway, game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals in overtime. We want to get this done as soon as we can here. We'll try to end this off early as a good opportunity in front. Blomqvist there covers the puck. Beniers on the faceoff, wins it to Power with a shot. Good save there. We can't get that out in front. Checker comes in, big hit by Power. Long stretch pass to Eklund. Nope, he's broken up by Benson. Here's Forster with the drive, and he scores. Tyson Forster takes game 1 here for the Washington Capitals. On to game number 2 here after a tough defeat in game number 1. First period here, and we're up to a 4-1 lead here in the first period against the Capitals. A big period here. 3 goals coming in the first 2 minutes of the game. So a massive first period here. Second period simulating, and we are still up 4-1. We're going to jump into the third period here, where we will be rocking our stealth mode alternate here. Something I haven't done in these playoffs, but what better time to rock them when up 4-1 in the Stanley Cup final game here. Caulfield. We haven't rocked these in a while in any episode, really. We did win a Stanley Cup in our regular uniform, so why not try to win one in our alternates? And a penalty coming up here on the Kraken. Who's that going to be on? That's going to be on Perek. Tripping there on Perek. So the Capitals down by 3 here, going on to the power play. Stolen by Wright. Oh, we couldn't get the shot off. Great poke there by Clark after he gave it away, so he did make up for that giveaway there. Tyson Forster on the puck now, the hero of game number 1 for the Capitals in overtime. Seriously, a great penalty kill here from the Seattle Kraken, as once again we just dump it in there. Oh, nobody back there as we were all pressing up. Beniers wins it to Bruin. Bruin, oh, he can't stay with it. No, he can, actually. And just a reminder, we are on the penalty kill, yeah, as we give it away there. But 5 seconds left on this power play for the Capitals. We break that up. Benson now to McMichael. Even strength. A great penalty kill from the Seattle Kraken. We'll play that across the Caulfield. It comes straight from the bench. Over to Beniers, looking for the one-timer. He can't get it. By the way, guys, I mean, the Stanley Cup Final, I know I probably rambled about this before, but it's just lost so much aura. I mean, you wouldn't even tell that this is a Stanley Cup Final game here. No logo on the ice, no logo on anywhere, pretty much. Berkeley Catton there. I mean, you would just feel like this is a regular season game we're playing right now. Up to Garcia. The golden stick gets through. Forehand backhand off the post. That goes into Narnia there. Here's Frank. Gets enough speed for a breakaway here. Frank denied. Good opportunity for Pedro Frank. Big hit there on Geeky. Unfortunately, he's hurt, and that will start a fight here between Cooley and Spacek. And Cooley brings him down there. Couple big pokes here as time winds down. 15 seconds left. The Seattle Kraken will win this game here. Looks like by a score 4-1, and the series will be tied in the Stanley Cup Finals here at 1 apiece as we head back to Capital One Arena. A big win for the Seattle Kraken after losing game 1 in overtime. Now on to game number 3. 3 here between the Capitals and the Kraken of the Stanley Cup Finals. First period simulated here. William Eklund gets on the board here. He's just been so clutch. He doesn't really score much, but when he does, it is perfect times. Second period here, 2 goals from Hutton in here. Gives the Capitals the lead, and we will jump into the third period here, in which we will try to fight back once again from a 2-1 deficit. Capitals have a 2-1 lead in this game, and hopefully not a 2-1 lead in the series after tonight. Chickerin with a shot. Oh, almost trickled in. Eklund with it. Power with the drive. Benson there, wearing number 8 for the Capitals, by the way. Absolutely disgusting. I don't even know how I never noticed that till now. Obviously, they were rocking the red jerseys. Eklund in front. Big hit there by Beniers as the crowd are in the phasing through the glass. Oh, big drive there. Full pressure for the Kraken, as that's probably not going to last here. Right wins the draw. Frank. Right to Kamel. He scores. Joakim Kamel is 12th in the playoffs. Ties this up for the Seattle Kraken, and our leading point scorer of the playoffs too. As the leaderboard just showed, he's actually 1 goal behind Cole Caulfield, who has 13 in these playoffs. But still, nonetheless, clutch here for the Seattle Kraken, as we're now tied at 2 apiece. Bruin drops it to O'Brien. He can't get a shot off. Oh, looking for Bruin. Strome in front of the net. Hyde with the rebound. Good opportunities here for the Capitals. Thankfully, Wolf bails us out there. And what a delayed penalty. No, are you serious? This late into the game, it's going to be tripping on Pedro Frank. Very successful penalty kill for us last time. Hopefully we can replicate that. So we're deep into the zone. Here's Eklund with a shot. Looking for a shorthanded tally. Dumped all the way down. Once again, good kill so far. Only 30 seconds into it, though. Can we win that foot race with Caulfield? We can. Caulfield, good forecheck. Catton on the backhand. Another rebound for Catton, and Blomqvist covers. So good shorthanded opportunities. So far, we're the ones benefiting from this Capitals power play here. Catton wins the face-off. Over to Eklund with a shot. Blomqvist doesn't cover that time. Oh, big poke there by Platt in front of the net, denying Evangelista. 7 seconds left here on the Capitals power play. Dunn gets that out, and Frank should be coming out just about now. Another great penalty kill from the Seattle Kraken here in the series. A minute left here in the third. Here's Beniers. He wants to end it now. Big hit there by Bruin. That's going to force another fight. Are you serious? Unfortunately, another injury here. It's going to be Bruin and Chikrin. And this time, that fight is won by Chikrin. And over to Caulfield. Now to Cooley. Cooley skates in. He can't beat Haig there. Time winding down. Full pressure for the Kraken here. Right on the backhand. No, denied. And it looks like game number 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals will be going to overtime. Second overtime of the series here, and it's being forced by Kamel, who got the tying goal here for us, sending us to overtime. And here we are at 2 apiece here. Series tied at 1. The next goal will be probably the biggest of the series. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals here in overtime. Eklund with it. You know how clutch Eklund can be. Tries to drop it to Caulfield. Up to Kamel. He's got power. Oh, good shot there by Power. Good block by Dunn. Thankfully, no penalty called there. Over to right. 3-on-1 brewing here, but right on the breakaway on the backhand. And Shane Wright wins game number 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And the Seattle Kraken now take a 2-1 series lead here thanks to Shane Wright in overtime. A massive goal here for the Kraken as they come back to Seattle with the series lead 2-1 here. Shane Wright on the backhand. Massive win for the Seattle Kraken. I know I keep saying it. Now on to game number 4 here, where the Seattle Kraken could potentially take a 3-1 series lead, or the Capitals could tie it at 2. First period simulated here. Will Cooley on the board after 1. Second period here, 3 goals from the Capitals. Jake O'Brien with a late goal here to still give us a 1-goal deficit. We'll jump into the third period, of course. You're at Capital One Arena for game number 4. I know I accidentally said we're going back to Seattle, Washington for game number 4. We're actually still in Washington, just not Seattle, Washington. We're in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital here. Eklund with speed. William Eklund, a shot, he scores! Right to start the period is William Eklund, his 6th goal of the playoffs. Once again, this guy is so clutch. And we are tied at 3 apiece. Didn't even have to wait that long here. William Eklund, as you can see on the points leaderboard, 6 goals in this playoff for him, and they've just all been clutch. Every single one of them. Here he is with the puck once again. He wants to do a little magic here once again. Skates in. You know he has speed. Lane Hudson, a shot denied. Out of Caulfield. Caulfield with a shot goes wide. Eklund with it. A shot. Rebound for Beniers. Oh, what a save there by Blomqvist. Still loose. Full pressure for the Kraken. And no, that's going to be a tripping penalty on Eklund. So another penalty called here on the Seattle Kraken in the series. Another penalty called here on the Kraken in this series. But we have been pretty flawless with our penalty kill. Maybe even a shorthanded opportunity here. Clark denies that out in front. To right. Now Victor Eklund looking back for Wright. We couldn't get anything. Power has it. Now Victor Eklund throws on a shot, goes wide. Here's Power. Oh, risky pass across there. Capitals here, we gotta remember they're on the power play, not us. Hutton with a shot. Over to Catton. He's got fresh legs and some speed. Catton with a shot, denied. Catton still steals it. Gets hit there. 2-on-1 Bruin here for the Capitals. Hudson is back and denies that opportunity. If we could get this to Catton, no, that would have been a nice breakaway. Obviously, no icing as we are on the penalty kill with Hudson. 15 seconds left. Oh, given away to Benson. A terrible giveaway. 10 seconds left on the Capitals power play. Broken up by Platt. A great break up there. Once again, given away though, but we still have the penalty kill now over. Long switch pass to Eklund. Out of the box is Victor Eklund. William Eklund, he scores! William Eklund gives us the lead. Straight out of the penalty box. The Seattle Kraken have the lead. His 2nd goal of the game. And what a clutch play. PK Subban-esque play. Straight out of the box into a breakaway. And the Seattle Kraken here. What a great play from William Eklund, and a great pass there, of course, from Bruin there. Oh my. A 4-3 lead here for the Seattle Kraken in game number 4. Beniers has Power with him. Back to Beniers, he scores! The Michigan boys connect. What a beautiful goal. Matty Beniers gives us a 2-goal lead here. And a great setup by both of these guys. What a play. Finds Beniers right in front of the net. And now a 2-goal cushion for the Seattle Kraken after being down by 1 goal to start this period. What a great period from the Seattle Kraken here. And obviously a great penalty kill as well earlier. Brett Clark on the breakaway after Lane Hudson had a broken stick off the post. somehow stays out. I mean, you've got to be kidding me here. Spot check, a good opportunity there. Under 2 minutes now. Cooley with it. Throws on a shot. Melvin Dawkins wins it right with a shot. Good opportunity in front. That was supposed to be a pass there. Capitals pull the goalie here. Done behind the net. Straight up to Caulfield. Oh, wait, no, I thought it was an empty net. Okay, I guess we were lied to. Maybe they pulled the goalie and took him back in as we got the puck. But now we have the puck again as they pull the goalie once again. Now this time it should be Caulfield, but it's not. He's stolen off the puck. Now this time it really will be Caulfield. You can put away the game. And a 4-goal period here for the Seattle Kraken in game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Excuse me, game number 4. I'm just so excited right now. And the Seattle Kraken, Cole Caulfield takes number 1 on the goal leaderboard here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Seattle Kraken will have the opportunity at home to win the Stanley Cup in front of their home fans and win the second Stanley Cup in 3 years. The Seattle Kraken have the Washington Capitals on verge of elimination here, heading into game number 5. Here we are, game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Washington Capitals. You're crazy if you think I'm not playing this one. We're going to play the entire game here. A chance for the Seattle Kraken to win the Stanley Cup in front of their home fans for the second time. And we'll be doing it in the stealth mode jerseys, we hope. As here we are, game number 5 at Climate Pledge Arena back in Washington State. The Seattle Kraken have a packed out crowd here looking for their second Stanley Cup in the last 3 seasons. Beniers and McMichael on the draw. Here we are at Climate Pledge Arena. Up to Eklund to start this game. Here's Benson. The great 8, Zach Benson. That sounds definitely right. Eklund with speed. Pressure here from the Capitals. We do win it back though. We try to move that up quickly, and we do. Eklund throws a shot. He's denied. All the way back into our zone for an icing. Right, wins the draw to power. Oh, a tip in front, and Blomqvist covers. Done with speed. The captain of this team getting up there in age. This could possibly be his last run here. I believe 37 years of age he is. And if he raises the Stanley Cup tonight, I will believe it's his 3rd Stanley Cup after winning one with the Blues. And obviously in 2032, winning one with the Seattle Kraken. Cooley with a shot. Rebound there by Power. And Blomqvist will cover. Good opportunities here from the Capitals. 4 shots apiece for both teams. Here's Hudson, who tries to get one. He fans 1-1 here potentially for the Capitals. Broken up by Caulfield. Up to Beniers. Up to Eklund. Time running out, though. Eklund hit off the puck. And thankfully for us, the Capitals gained the zone with no time left. So that's going to do it for the first period here of game number 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. No score here for both sides. Beniers wins the draw. With speed, Beniers, he scores! Matty Beniers to open up the second period. Gives the Seattle Kraken their first goal of the game. No words for me here. What a goal by Matty Beniers. Forehand, backhand. And right off the bat here in the second period, another quick goal for the Seattle Kraken. As it's a very important 1-0 lead here in a potential cup-clinching game here. Good opportunity as he was the hero, gotta remember, of game number 1. Here's Beniers again, backhand. Oh, this time he missed. But what a huge goal that would have been for the Seattle Kraken here. Over to Caulfield. Eklund in front of the net. Good offensive pressure here from the Kraken. Oh, one-time opportunity there. That's not where I wanted. Oh, Eklund almost had that. Caulfield Holds. Oh, that almost trickled in. I think Wright would have had that goal. Great offensive pressure here from the Kraken to start the second period. Obviously with a goal here. Now full pressure, looking to make it 2-0. Right in front of the net. We can't get it to him. Here's Kamel with speed. Here's Kamel. He's got Power with him. Power can't drive it into the net. Done with a one-time opportunity. Blocked. Evangelista has a good run, but no stamina for him as he'll dump it in. O'Brien up to Snuggerud. I haven't really seen much of Snuggerud in the finals here, but he scores! Jimmy Snuggerud! A huge goal here, his second goal of the playoffs. And what a massive one it is. The second goal of the game as well for the Kraken. A 2-0 lead here. Snuggerud just walks in here. Burns his man. Backhand forehand. Snuggerud, he's got O'Brien with him, who rips a shot. Here's Frank here on a breakaway, a couple block shots, time winding down, and the second, Frank off the post. Garcia, the golden stick, tries to tap it in. Great opportunities here for the Seattle Kraken. Pedro Frank, who should have had that goal here to make it 3-0. Hudson has a drive. One more opportunity, perhaps? No. As time winds down, second period over, and the Seattle Kraken are one period away from their second Stanley Cup in team history, the second one in 3 years. And a big goal here from Snuggerud to make it 2-0, and obviously the great goal from Beniers to start the period. On to period number 3 now, and what could be another massive period here in the history of the Seattle Kraken. Hudson drives to the net. No, he can't get the shot off. Now Perek at the point. No, stolen by Forster. Tyson Forster on a breakaway, looking to get the Capitals back in, and he does. So given away there to Tyson Forster, who makes us pay. And obviously he's been a big pain for us here in this series, but we're still up here, and obviously back into the offensive zone we are. Cooley looking to answer right back. Done with a drive, denied. Oh, that skips over past Power, and now another breakaway for the Capitals. The Capitals, Chikrin denied. Big save by Wolf. And just like that, the Capitals could have tied this game up. We definitely have to be careful now as it's a 1-goal game. Obviously, now into the offensive zone. We won't make this a 2-goal game again. Snuggerud looking for a second of the game here. Let's go, Kraken. Chance of ringing out. 12 minutes away, potentially, from their second Stanley Cup. Up to Snuggerud. He's hit off. Bruin picks it up, though. The loose puck. O'Brien in the corner. O'Brien with a shot. Denied by Blomqvist, who will cover. Whoa, okay, some dark magic being worked there by the hockey gods. Up to Garcia now. The golden stick. Here he is. Nice move there, but he can't get past anyone with it. Perek down to Catton. Catton looking to draw a body to him. Given away once again. Oh, poked away by Perek now. Perek with a breakaway. Perek scores! And that should clinch the Stanley Cup for the Seattle Kraken. Hear my voice cracking. That's how excited I am. Zane Perek, a massive goal here. Great forecheck by him. Keeps the puck into the zone. Forehand backhand to Caulfield now after a massive goal by Perek. Caulfield puts it in the net. Backhand beauty. The Seattle Kraken are about to win the Stanley Cup here in 2034. I am so pumped up right now. A massive game from the Kraken here, especially late into the third period. They still want another, perhaps, with Eklund. Oh, man, could you imagine that? A minute left here. We want the cup. We want the cup. Benson into the zone. And you got to feel for Benson, about to lose another Stanley Cup here to the Seattle Kraken. But that's not what we're focused on right now. We're focused on winning it once again. I'm so happy to have won it. Thank you guys all so much for being a part of this. You guys are my GMs. Thank you guys, seriously, to everyone who's viewing this. Another Stanley Cup is imminent here for the Seattle Kraken as there's an icing. There it is. We're deep into the underground here. I don't know where we are. I'm kind of scared. Please help me. I think that was supposed to be the animation of the cup coming out of the case, and then that just happened. Denied there, Chikrin. 15 seconds left. You gotta wonder who gets the Conn Smythe here. Maybe Eklund, Kamel. Just a couple names here. Kraken into the offensive zone. 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. Count it down. The Seattle Kraken, for the second time in 3 seasons, are the Stanley Cup champions. A great performance by the Washington Capitals. And Shane Wright will be getting the Conn Smythe here. 24 points for him. He had a great playoff push. And there is the assistant captain there with the Conn Smythe trophy. And now it's time for our captain, Vince Dunn, to lift the Stanley Cup. I just want to say, not a bad series from, well, not a bad playoff push. Everybody played their part. Every single player on this team played amazing. And this time in the stealth mode jerseys, second time as captain of the Seattle Kraken, Stanley Cup champion. The captain, Vince Dunn, lifts the trophy once again at Climate Pledge Arena, to the delight of the Seattle crowd. We'll give the cup to the Conn Smythe winner here, Shane Wright, 2 members of the OG Kraken. We'll hand it off to another member of the OG Kraken, Matty Beniers. A massive, massive goal from him. I'm pretty sure he had the cup clinching goal, if I'm not mistaken. The cup winning goal, I should say. We'll hand it off to William Eklund, who had a hell of a playoff run. Definitely could have had the Conn Smythe too. There he is with the cup. He skates around with it. I'm so pumped to win the Stanley Cup once again here with our Seattle Kraken team. We'll get our team photo in once again. The 2033-34 Stanley Cup champions, the Seattle Kraken. I'll let you guys watch the rest of the celebrations here. Once again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you guys all for watching, and of course, let's go Kraken.